Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. We're still in 2021 technically, but when I post this video, we might be after midnight, and at that point, it's 2022, which is very exciting. This year, we will have something called Tuesday, which will be 02/22 of 2022, and it will be on a Tuesday. So that will be a very fun holiday, if we want to call that a holiday, or a special day to get together with friends, or otherwise an excuse to have some sort of event. Now, when it comes to getting together for events, I should pull myself back there a little bit because this whole pandemic that's been happening for the past couple of years is getting rather old now, isn't it? And I made a video posting yesterday about how today I was going to post what I learned posting every single day for the year of 2021. But that video is going to be put on hold for a little while because I want to do it the right way and I want to script it out properly. Things don't always go according to plan. By the way, welcome to the flowery chair. This chair is a beautiful chair. It's got like this pinkish orangish upholstery pattern on it. And my friend who recently passed away reupholstered this chair. This year has brought a lot of death and ill health to a lot of loved ones and friends in my personal life. And I try to keep things relatively topical here on the channel. But as you know, if you've been watching my channel for the past several months, I have had to pull away from doing what I would like to do on this channel and do more of like this style of vlogging or random like stream of consciousness kind of rants. And I guess when it comes down to gatherings on Tuesday, upcoming future, we don't know how it's going to be with how many people will come down with COVID and the variants that are around there. And I know for a lot of people who've never had COVID, it seems like it's out of reach and they've been living their lives normally and so on and so forth. But it's really surging right now. And I know that it is because I've been taking all the precautions I can, wearing my masks and staying far away from people whenever possible and so on and so forth. But I just got my test results back and I am positive for COVID. And it looks like I'll have to quarantine now for 10 to 14 days, depending on how much longer these symptoms last for. But I must say that I feel fortunate that I got the vaccines back in March and April, and I have not had the booster yet. So we have a case study right here where I have not had the boosters during the times they recommended to do them. And I spent most of today sleeping instead of fixing up the Paisley couch where I want to, writing the script, and filming the video the way I wanted to. So we're ringing in the new year here in just a couple hours. It's around 10 o'clock right now as I film this. And I was supposed to work a New Year's Eve gig tonight, and that's not happening. Don't feel sorry for me, though. I have a wonderful girlfriend who's been very supportive and caring for me, and she's pregnant. I don't know how she does everything she's doing, and we're keeping her safe. So don't worry about her and the baby; they're going to be fine, and everything's good there. And the puppy is a little ball of energy that's keeping us in good spirits too. So that's all well and good. Fortunately for me, though, my symptoms seem to be relatively mild compared to what a lot of other people are going through. And it's no joke, this thing is not fun. Maybe it's overly politicized, maybe not. It's anyone's guess. But I do know that with the vaccine, my body has the ability to create antibodies faster than someone who doesn't have the vaccine. So, and I have respiratory problems. One of my most popular videos here on YouTube is not me doing circus or floor arts tutorials or anything to do with me really, but it was a product review I did for something called Air Physio. It's this plastic device you breathe through. They didn't pay me anything to do it. I just made that video and it's over like 14,000 views. It's my most viewed video. It's just funny how corporatism and consumerism and capitalism can work. It's ridiculous. And it's also crazy how much everything's been politicized so hardcore this year. I mean, you can make a decision for yourself and your health, and all of a sudden people will look down on you or criticize you for it. Whether that decision's wearing a mask or getting a vaccine or not getting a vaccine, for some people the vaccine is not a good idea to get. Some people don't want to hear that, but it's true. I have some friends who should not get the vaccine because it's not going to work for their bodies or their physical condition. So it's important to remember that. It's important to remember that we're all different people out there and we all have different perspectives on and what we value, and what we value is truth, whether it's you believe truth to be more on the scientific end or the more religious end or both or neither. Some people it's crazy the amount of differences of opinion and philosophy we have across the board. I like to think of these things as more of a three-dimensional axis, like the political spectrum. They call it left and right. They want to keep it nice and divided so they can keep us arguing, whoever they are. Whether it's the media or a team of elite politicians or whatever. It's probably not anything nefarious like that. As far as I'm concerned, it's probably a bunch of greedy people who are out to get as much money as they can and be self-serving as they can. And maybe there's smaller sects of people that work together to keep each other going. But for the most part, yeah. I mean, the political spectrum of left and right, it seems like it's an easier way to keep people divided in the country and to keep election results in check easier so they can select the next leader instead of us feeling it's the illusion of choice. It's the illusion of choice when it comes to these elections. And it's almost like watching a really bad sports game or something. It's ridiculous. We only have two choices when they're not really our choices. It was we noticed before that we had let's see here. We had one Democratic candidate picked over another one that obviously had a lot more hype and a lot more support at a grassroots level than the lady who got in there. Not to name any names. It's just curious and crazy how things work out when it comes to politics and all that. But to get back to the point, we have not just left and right. It's like I like to think of it as more of a three-dimensional kind of bit, where there's X, Y, and Z axes when it comes to political beliefs, and all the other directions as well. You can blend them however you want, map it out however you want. The point is that things are a lot more complex than they seem to be in some cases. In other cases, they're a lot simpler than they seem to be. So I guess I just wanted to mention that, and also mention that it's interesting how things never quite seem to work out, and that's okay. And that's okay. For instance, we were going to go to Mexico and celebrate some time down in Mexico, having a little vacation, and I was feeling a little overwhelmed with not being able to afford to take off work and go down there and do that. And with me coming down with this sickness, I won't be able to go down there, and as a result, it looks like we will be able to stay up here. I won't be able to work, but at least we'll be saving some more money in the meantime, because I have this anxiety about the financial situation without working and everything. Because I'm trying to make sure I maintain my financial goals and keep a good tight hold on the budget and have a good plan for the future. And last year, when I first started this YouTube channel, this time right now, it was 2020. December 31st of 2020. I was doing this YouTube channel in my house at the Paisley couch. Now I'm on the flowery chair. We'll get the Paisley couch back. That's going to be something going forward in this channel in the future. But I sat there and did exactly what I'm doing now. I talked to my camera, but for 45 minutes, and I explained a brief history of me as a performance artist and what I was wanting to do as far as creating this YouTube channel. But I didn't know. I didn't have a plan going forward as to what I would do with it. I didn't know how to edit anything. I didn't know how to use my camera properly. The video was all choppy. But I did it, and I took that first step 1 year ago today. And I'm so happy that I did, because it's been such a crazy ride, and I've learned so much along the way. And I didn't realize I'd be posting every single day. It just kind of happened. After a week or two, I decided, yeah, I'm going to post every day. After I was posting every single day, I was finding any reason I could just to film a little bit of this or a little bit of that and throw it up online and see what can happen. And it moved further and further away from stream of consciousness rants and showing off on slack lines and contact juggling, more towards talking about things that I find incredibly interesting and things I love. And if you're new to the channel, when you're done watching this video, please check out my playlist section. I've made so much stuff this year. I've made really good content and really bad content. And in my next video that I come out with in the new year, I'll talk about what I learned from this whole entire year of posting content here on YouTube, and the mistakes that I made, that I'm happy that I made, because I learned some very valuable information. I'd love to share it with people out there who are interested in maybe starting a YouTube channel or some sort of regular posting on social media to reach a mass audience, not just their friend circle, but the internet as a whole. And I'd like to share some tips and tricks and things that can make it easier for other people out there to express themselves and to create their own soapbox, to yell into the void that is the internet, and leave a mark on the internet, or immortalize yourself. This is self-publishing, folks. This is an amazing time to be alive. No other time in human history can I think of that we had the opportunity to self-publish ourselves like this in a video format. It's quite interesting. And videos are a lot easier for many people to digest than books. I'm a writer, and writing has been very helpful for me this past year. Aside from the past couple of months where I've just stopped writing altogether for the sake of the YouTube channel. I have to write in order to get things done in general, but I stopped writing for my YouTube channel and started spending more time organizing my thoughts in my head before doing these videos. So it's a curious time to be alive. There's so many changes happening, and it's amazing how many things are politicized. Health issues. There's so much to wrap my brain around. There's so much to express, and we're going to see a lot more organized content, less scatterbrained content moving into the new year. And I hope you come along with me for the ride. Maybe consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I know I'm just some dude that's talking on his flowery chair in his breezeway between the garage and his house, but I have a lot to offer, I feel, and I hope that you believe in me and you come with me along the ride for next year. All this content's free, of course. That's another thing about artistry in these modern times, is that no one really owns their art anymore. Once you release it and it gets out on YouTube and social medias, it's now the public's domain. You could try to make music and sell it through Spotify and Pandora and all those other streaming services, or you can make movies and you can do that too. But ultimately, it's all about that box office break when you first release the movie. That really will be the way that you make money to get the money back for all the financial investment you put in your movie. And for artists out there that do music, it's tough. There's so much competition. There's so many qualified, amazing musicians out there that just want to be heard and be noticed, and they have no problem putting their music out there for free nowadays. And a lot of it's very good because it comes from a place of desperation instead of a place of financial gain. I think we notice this a lot with a lot of pop music, where once they achieve a certain level of fame and they've acquired enough money from their fame, that their music changes. It doesn't have the same soul, the same substance to it over time. Not in all cases. In some cases, we see improvements. As people achieve a better quality of life, they are in a more comfortable way to create better quality art moving forward. But that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in and listening to this guy talk about stuff. I got a tickle in my throat, a slight fever. My bones are all achy. I just got my COVID results back just a couple hours ago, and I'm very happy once again that I got the vaccine, because I feel like this thing would have really kicked my patootie without it. And if it didn't, who knows? That you can't tell. You can't really tell, because I have my immune system. There's no side-by-side testing. There's no control and variable in the situation. But based off of what I've heard stories and what I've seen with other people who haven't had any preventative measures with this situation, I think I'm getting off pretty light with it, and I'm very thankful for that. So I'm not here to tell anyone to get vaxxed or not get vaxxed. If you want to get vaxxed, I hope you do. If you don't want to get vaxxed, I just hope that people educate themselves. Like, if you don't want to get vaxxed, I respect that. But I hope people educate themselves about how it actually works. And what's actually in it. Because there's a lot of misinformation out there that people just believe, and they think that the mass media is always actively lying to them, which might be true, but do your research, folks. I mean, yeah, the mass media certainly is there to deceive the global population. I'm convinced of that at this point, all tin-foil hats aside. But when it comes down to a public health emergency such as this, use your best judgment, follow your heart, follow the science. I encourage people to actually look at the science and how it works, and all of that jazz. I'm just such weird times we're living in, folks. It's so strange how much everything's politicized. I'm gonna end the video. I keep repeating myself. You got better things to do. You could be doing something else. You could be dancing. You could be popping some bubbly and celebrating the new year right now. But you're watching me. I appreciate it. You're probably gonna watch me in the future. No one's watching this right now, of course, because I'm filming it right now. But that's a wrap. Thanks for coming along with me for this crazy ride for the year of 2021. We're opening up the new year 2022 in just a couple hours here, and we're going to see some wonderful positive changes here on my channel. And I'm excited to take you all along for the ride with me. But until then, my friends, remember to check my playlist section out and look at all the content I made before. Click on something that looks interesting to you, and you'll see all the videos I made for it. You can even find a playlist for my worst quality videos I've ever made. They're absolutely embarrassing. Please don't watch those. And I'll say this to you to remember to never give up and to do your best, to stay true to you, and to be amazing, folks. This is the Amazing Flex last video for the year. I'm getting all emotional and choked up. Not really. But I'm very happy that I lived up to my promise. And I'm happy that you came along for the ride with me. So yeah, take care, and we'll see each other next time. Bye-bye.